Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please do not forget to like this video, and if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do not forget to do that. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I was able to edit this picture using this app. Yes, I'm using my phone to do this. I'm not using a laptop. So basically, yeah, what I just did, I just scrolled all the way down to like search the picture I wanted to edit. And because I've not subscribed to this app yet, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just clicked on the X mark up there, something like that. And this is the picture I selected. As you can see, it is giving already though, but we need it to be giving more. So I just scrolled all the way down to the paints part, and I clicked on the paint. But before I clicked on the paint, I had to like zoom in, because when you click on the paint, you don't want to like stain it with other colors. Don't worry, you get to understand what I'm saying. So I clicked on the paint, and this is what it was giving me on the skin part. So I just like scroll all the way down to this gray shade. There are two grays, so I think it's the last gray I'm using. Then I'm just going to be doing this on my brow. I'm really being careful so it doesn't go out of where it's supposed to be. And this is just for the brow alone. This is to like help me darken the brow if I want it to look darker or something like that. So I'm just being really careful. So whenever I want to like leave a particular space, like whenever I want to like zoom in or zoom out, I tend to like click this eraser part. That way I don't get to stain the other part of the face. And I like to also click here to check if I'm doing the right thing, and if I feel like, if I see I'm staining somewhere I'm not supposed to touch, I just go back to erase it. I think I'm going to like have to like try to erase something here, something like that. Yes, I'm just shading in it. This app is just basically like you're doing your makeup, so you need to already know what you did or what you're doing to be able to use this app. It's just the same thing, you're doing the same thing, like you're drawing your brow. So I went in to like check. You can see the difference, and I'm just going to reduce it because I think that was too dark, to like 41. Yes, I think this is perfecto. Okay, so I'm going to click save. This is the button for the save part down here. I'm just going to click that, and zoom back in again without clicking on anything. I'm just going to zoom. Then I clicked on the paint again, still using the same gray. I'm going to go all the way down to the second gray. Yes, I'm going to be using this for the smoky eyes. This, don't worry, by the time I zoom out, you're going to see the difference. So most of the time when I want to check what I'm doing, I tend to like zoom out. Rather, what I've done, I tend to like zoom out and to see what I've actually done. So I'm just going to use this for the outer part of the eyeshadow, that's the smoky part, or rather the transition part. And I'm doing the same thing on the other eye. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm clicking on the eraser part to move around, and when I want to shade, I go back to the shading brush. All right, so I'm going to zoom out to see the difference. I feel like it was really too dark, and I don't think I wanted it to be that dark, so I'm just going to reduce it here, and I'll be using 55. I think 55 is fine. So I just go back into like check if I'm fine with what I have, and I click save again. Then I'm going to zoom again, guys. Like I said, I'm going to zoom again all the way in. For this part, I want to do the contour for the nose. So I'm going to click on the paint again, and I'm going to be using brown. So I have like different options for the brown, and I was trying to like pick the one I wanted to use. So I decided to like use this one, but I'm always using this one up here, so I just decided to use this one today. And as you can see, the thing got to the center, so I clicked on the eraser part. Hold on, where is it? Okay, yeah, I clicked on the eraser part to like take it out. You're not going to actually see the difference, and please do not save without zooming out to see what you've done, please, because once you save you can't go back to change what you've done. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other part. So if you feel like the paint got to where it's not supposed to be, you just click the eraser part and correct it. So I'm going to zoom. You can see me, I'm just zooming in and out to like see what I'm actually doing, and I always go back to like check if it's giving, if it's looking sorry, I said natural, yes. So I'm going to like zoom out and check, and I'm going to be using 47. I'm still going to check. I don't just pick and save. I'm still going to check, be sure I'm okay with it, be sure it's looking natural, be sure it's not looking too artificial. Okay, because it's just supposed to like help enhance the makeup more. It's not like you want to do what is not there. Okay, and I'm just going to like check that if I'm fine with that, and if I'm not fine with it, I'm still going to adjust it, but I was fine with it, so I just press saved. I'm going to zoom. I'm going to zoom again. I'm not clicking on the paint part to zoom. Don't forget, guys, I zoom without clicking on anything. So after zooming, guys, I clicked it, and I wanted to do the lashes part and the her waterline, but I clicked on black. But then again, I felt like, okay, I need to do the highlighted area first, because if I'm going to do the dark mascara or something like that, and I go in with the highlighter, is still going to like stain the black on the eyes or something like that. Okay, so I went back in, and then I clicked on this part for this lighter shade for the highlighted area. So you can see how I'm just dragging over only on the parts that I highlighted when I was doing her makeup. I'm not taking it all the way down to her blush. I'm not taking it all the way down to the bronzer parts. I'm not even taking it all the way down to her nose. I'm just being, just don't worry, when you get started using it, you know what I'm talking about. So I just take this light stroke, and then I'm going to like zoom out. You can see it's really looking too much, so I'm just making sure it is all over the places it is supposed to be. Okay, I hope you get the drill. All right, so I'm going to like click on the eraser button. So if you notice, I did not do the brush parts before I zoom in or zoom out rather. Okay, so I'm going to click on the paintbrush and do the same thing. It's because I've been using this app like for a while now, so I'm used to it, so I know how to like hold my phone. Sometimes I don't really go to the eraser part, so I know how to like hold my phone and make sure it is not going to stain the face, and if it does, I'm going to know when it stains the face, because when you click on this paint, the eraser part, it shows you the part that the paint got to. So I'm just going to reduce this to my satisfaction. I think I don't want it to be too much, so I'm just like really being careful before I save anything. You can see me going back and forth. So if you don't like this part, this particular one for the highlighted area, you can try this one, but I like to use this one instead because I can always reduce it to how I want it to be. So I'm just going to go back and forth to be sure that I am fine with what I have. And yes, yeah, this is like the part where like I really get confused. I don't want it to be too light, and I don't want it to look like there's nothing there at the same time. So I finally made up my mind. I saved it. I checked if I was okay with what I was having. Okay, so I zoom in again. I had to like zoom in again, and then I click on the same paint. For the blush, I'm going to be using okay, I'm doing blush now, so I'm going to be using tone. I clicked on tone, and because I use red, so I'm going to click on this red shade. Just going to like, so what I'm doing, I don't rub if I'm doing the blush. I just like tap the screen on the areas I want it to be. I just tap. I don't like brush. I don't know why I don't do that, but I prefer it this way instead. So I just like tap the screen up to where I want it to be, and I'm going to check again if I'm fine with it, if it is giving, it was giving. So I clicked on this part. I could see the blush I added by myself here, so I'm just going to, you know, help it out a little bit to come out a little bit more. That might make okay. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did for the other part. I'm going to click on the eraser part. Don't forget, that is very important. Zoom out, check if you're okay with it. If you're not okay with it, you reduce it. If you don't want to reduce it, you leave it at 100, but I'm going to be using 66. I checked if I was okay with it, and I think I was fine with it, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I erased the part because some of the paints got to her hair, so I had to like clean it out, and I clicked on save. I I don't know, I clicked on save, and then I went back in again. I went back into, where am I going to? I don't really rush myself whenever I'm using this app. That's why most of the time I tend to like edit just one picture because it's kind of stressful too. So I click on, I zoom in, and then I clicked on paint again, still on skin. I scroll all the way down to the darkest shade, which is black, and I start to like drag a little bit for the lashes. I'm just going to like, I'm using strokes, you know, because I don't want them to like get to the eyeshadow part. So this part, the lash was not properly all the way down there, so I'm just going to shade it in and click the eraser part again, zoom out, and you can see what it was giving. It was giving natural, not natural, no. So anyways, I zoom all the way in again, and I did the same thing for the other parts. Yes, I'm going to just do the stroke here. Oh yes, I'm using my hand for this. I'm not using the pen they usually use. I don't have that, so I'm going to do with what I have. You can see me, I'm checking if it is too much. I'm going to click the eraser part and zoom all the way out again to see what I am doing, and I'm going to like reduce it because it was giving too fake. It was too dark somehow, so I just you know, take it all the way down to like 54. I checked if I was okay with it. I like to always check if I'm okay with it before I save. If I'm not, I'm going to readjust it. So you can see I felt like it was still too dark, so I saved, and then I went back in. This part was still showing because I went into like reduce what I shaded, so I went all the way down again to the same color on the skin part, and I'm just going to shade this, like really shade it. Okay, then zoom out to see if it's perfect. I feel like it was too dark somehow. I think I reduced it. Yes, I knew I did. So I reduced it a little bit, and I clicked save. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing, okay, you can see me, I'm just like checking what I've done. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing, I zoomed in again and I clicked on paint. So basically all you need to do is on this paint part. So I clicked on paint, and then I scroll all the way down to the light blue. Yes, I clicked on the light blue. I'm going to be doing this for our eyes to like whiten up our eyes. Don't worry, you won't see the difference now until I zoom out. Okay, so you won't really see the difference now until like I zoom out. So I just like shade it carefully around our eyes, and I clicked on the eraser part. I moved to the other side of the eyes, did the same thing for the eyes to like whiten the eyes. I feel like I'm talking too much. Okay, so I click the eraser part, and then I zoom all the way out so you can see how white it is. I'm going to check if I'm okay with it, but then again, I feel like it is too artificial if it's that white, so I just reduce it a little bit. But at the same time, I still want to see that eyes are really white, but not so much. So I checked if I was fine with it, and then I clicked saved. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna be doing, I zoomed in again, I think I'm going to be doing her under eye because the highlighted stuff I use, I think it got all the way down there. So I'm going to go back to the same gray we used for the eyeshadow, the one we used for the brow. I'm going to be doing this under her eyes. It's going to bring back what was there. So I had something there before and somehow it went off. So I'm going to check and then zoom to the other side of her face, just basically repeating the same thing I did for the other eye. All right, I'm going to zoom out again. You can see it was too much, so I went in to like reduce it. I always take my time to save because once you save, like I said, once you save it, you have to like go and start again from the beginning, and you don't want to do that. So just take your time, be sure of what you're doing. And okay, so I clicked saved and just checking what I've done so far. I'm zooming again. Okay, I think I want to do, okay, so I zoom in to like do the neck parts of her face, of the neck part, sorry, I said of her face. So I'm just going to use the same color I used for her under eye, the highlighted one. I'm just going to do this around her neck. So the because of the lights or the lightning, like the ring lights I use on Snap or something like that, it was making her neck look darker, and I don't know. So I'm just going to do this. If yours is the same way, if you're fine with how it's looking, you can leave it that way. So I'm just going to go all around with this paint. I'm going to blend it out. Don't worry, I know it's looking, you're scared for me that what, this is too much. So I'm just going to make sure it is everywhere and where it is supposed to be. I try as much as possible not to make it get all the way to our face. So you can see I'm reducing it. So I reduced it, you can see the difference, and this is what it is now. They are all blending in together. Yep, reduce it so how you want it to be. Okay, I think I was fine with that. Right, and just checking what I've done so far, and I'm happy with what I have done so far. I am proud of myself. Okay, so I zoomed in again and I went back to paint as usual, and I'm going to be using this brown shade just as what I have there on the lips. I'm just going to like use it to like shade her lip. I'm going to zoom in more, you know, to make sure I'm not taking it where it is not supposed to be. So you just take your time, do not rush it. Her upper lips is really small, so I have to like zoom in again so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm fine with that. I think I have it where it's supposed to be. So I'm just going to reduce it a little bit because it was looking too artificial, as I'll say. It was not looking like what she has there before. So I'm just going to reduce it and save if I'm fine with it. I'm going to go back in again for the inner part of our lips, which was the nude part, and click on paint again. Basically we have a lot of nude here, as you can see. So I clicked on this one for the inner part. It was looking like what she has there, so just, you know, go in only where it was before. I'm not taking it to the place where it wasn't. Then I'm going to zoom in again to her upper lip, because she has like really upper lips, smaller lips line up there. So I just did the same thing here. And oh my god, okay, I'm going to zoom out to see what I have done. It was, you can see how bright it was, and it wasn't like that before. So I'm just going to reduce it to look like what she has there before, and I think 43 is fine. Yeah, 43 is fine. Okay, so oh sorry, 43 isn't fine. Okay, so I'm going to save, and I'm going to be zooming in again. You have to do like a lot of zoom in and zoom out. So I'm going to zoom in again, and I'm just checking what I have closed up. So I'm going to zoom in again. I scroll all the way to the left. Yes, to the left. Okay, I'm going to, okay, click on the retouch parts. All right, for this retouch part, I'm going to be using details. So I zoom in first before I click on details. I want to work on the inner part of the eyeshadow, so I clicked on details, and I'm just basically going to like dab around the shimmer areas, because this is like going to make it more detailed. Because I don't have a subscription to the channel, I would have used glitters. They have the glitters parts or something like that, but since I don't, I'm going to be using this for that part. So I zoomed out, I did the same thing on the other parts. All right, I'm going to zoom out to like see what I have done so far. You can see the difference. You won't really see it if you're all the way in there, but when you zoom out, you're going to be able to tell the difference. So I clicked on the retouch again, and I zoomed in. Okay, so I usually use this glow sometimes if I want on my eyeshadow most especially. So I went into like use the glow. I don't know, I just went into like use the glow to see what it to see what I'm going to get. So I just dab on it. I'm not like sliding through it, I'm just dabbing on it. You can see. Okay, so I'm going to like zoom out, and I checked what I have. I don't think I was liking it. I don't know. I don't think it was looking too dark somehow, but I don't think I was liking it. So I cancelled it. I went back in. I zoomed in again. I clicked on okay, I think I was fine without the glow. I think I was fine without the glow, yeah. So I'm going to like zoom in again. I think the next thing I'll be doing is the uh okay, so I scrolled all the way down. I was not sure what I wanted to do there, so I scrolled all the way down. I clicked on the defocus and auto defocused, and you know, so this is to help defocus the background. Okay, so I don't want it to be too much. Don't forget, if it's too much, it's going to look so fake. It's not going to look nice. So I just increase it, and I just reduce it all the way to 72 or something. And I'm just going to check what I have done so far. Okay, I think I'm reducing it to 61, 59. Okay, I left it at 59, and I just checked what I have done. Then I'm going to go all the way back um to the retouch part. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go all the way back to the retouch part. I think I want to whiten up her teeth, so did that, like started sliding through her to it to make it whiter. Guys, like I said, please do not save anything without zooming out. So I'm going to I'm going to zoom out. It was not giving, it was looking too vague, so I reduced it a little bit, a little bit. Okay, I think I was fine with this one with 49. Yeah, and then I went in to save. I checked what I have done so far. I always check what I have done so far to see if I'm doing the right thing. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way. I don't know where I'm going to do. Okay, all right, so I went back to retouch because I knew that I've not done the highlighter. So I went back to retouch. I'm going to zoom. Okay, I'm going to zoom. Sorry guys. All right, and still on this detail part, I'm just dabbing on the bronzer part as the highlighted area. So I'm not sliding through, I'm just tapping my screen for this. So there was nothing really there. I just left it that way. Okay, so I scrolled all the way out to check what I have to see if I was okay with it. Oh my god. And I clicked save. I think I used 100 because I really wanted to be a lighter. So most of the time when I do this, I usually go back in with my glow to like make the forehead glow. But when I tried it, it was giving me reddish kind of color and I don't like it. It was supposed to give me like this whitish glow. So I think it's because of the where I kept the camera angle or something. So I wasn't liking it, so I cancelled it. I just left it that way. And I didn't want to go and use the lighter shade I use for the under eye, so I just left it that way. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. I think I'm done here, so I'm going to zoom in and it is time to smoothen up the face. So what I'm doing now, I'm making sure I don't get this brush to the highlighted area, that's her bronzer and her blush, because I really want those parts to be popping out by the time I'm done. So I'm just going to do this all around. I'm not taking it to her brow, I'm not taking it to her eyeshadow. All the parts I wanted to be pronounced, I'm not taking it there. So I'm just going to do this around and blend properly. I have to blend the contour on and whose end. So the smooth is supposed to help you blend actually. So I'm not doing this on her lips, I'm not doing it on her eyes, I'm not doing it on her contour area. You know, I did it on her neck. Obviously I have to smoothen out her skin. Just going to go around. So if you want to leave it this way, you can leave it this way, but because I'm still going to be doing something else after this, I'm not going to leave it this way. I'm going to have to like reduce it because I don't want it to be too much. So I'm going to have to like reduce it a little bit, still making sure I can see what I did. Okay, I think I left it at 48 and I went all the way down to edit. I like to edit after I'm done smoothing them up. So for the edit part, I I was not really sure what I wanted, but then again, okay, I wanted it to have this dark kind of feeling or something like that, you know. Okay, then I click on contrast, yes, and I'm going to be using 27. Then I clicked on color. I'm going to be using 16 for color. Okay, I'm going to like scroll all the way down to sharpen. Okay, I did sharpen, but it's very little. just very little. I think I'll be using 6. Then I went back to lights. For lights, I'm going to be using 6. I scroll all the way down again to saturation, and for saturation I was not really sure what I wanted here, guys. Okay, it was looking too red to me though. Somehow I checked it how it was before and how it is now. I was not liking it, so I went all the way back again to brightness. I tried to adjust to see if there was something wrong. No, but then again, there wasn't anything wrong. It was me. I was just trying to see if I've done it the other way, if it would have been better. But I don't. She's not fair. She's not a light skin person. She's a chocolate skin. She's a Melanie vibe kind of girl. So, I don't know. Okay, so I just like try to like see how it will look if I've tried it the other way before I pick what I want. So I'm just doing the opposite of what I did before. Sorry. Okay, I canceled that. That was a bad idea, so I went back again. So don't, like I said, you're not going to be in a rush if you want to get it right. So I went back again. Clicked on so I clicked on brightness. I'm using 18 for brightness. I clicked on contrast, and I'll be using let me see, I'll be using uh, I'll be using 8 for contrast, and then I went to color. Okay, I decided to do the saturation before I click color, so I picked how I wanted it to look, and I'll be using 14. Then I went all the way back to no, that was a mistake, to sharpen, and just very little number. I'm not going to make it too much. I don't need to be too much, so I used 8, and then I went back to color. For color, I decided to use 9. Yes, I think I'm fine with 9. I try to use structure most of the time. I don't really use structure, but I don't really like the effect it gives. So, but anyways, I think I used 5 for structure. Then I went to highlighter. I reduced it all the way down. I was just like checking out what looks better, or what I want to try, or what it should look like. Okay, so for highlights, I'll be using okay, I think okay, I was fine with what it was given, so I just saved, and I just went through what it was before and how it's looking now. So when I was done with it, I clicked save, and this popped up again, and I had to click cancel, and it's saved. The next app I'll be using is Airbrush, so I'm just going to click on the library part and select the picture I just finished editing. So basically I'm supposed to do this parts on the other app, but because I don't have active subscription down there, and they're not going to let me save it, so I'm just going to use this instead. So I like scroll all the way down to the acne part, and I'm just going to like tap my screen to get rid of her pimples, or any dark spots that she has, or so once I'm done dabbing, I save, and then move to the next part of her face to like do the same thing. Okay, since I was done with that, I went all the way back, and I clicked on this retouch part, this magic part here. I'm just going to click on the magic part. You can see what it is giving. So that was looking too fake, so I'm just going to adjust it a little bit, and just hold on to where I want it to be. I needed it to like, okay, I think I'm fine with 74, so I just like checked how it was before and how it's looking now. So this like just adjust everything, like your face, your nose, everything, smoothing out everything. So I screenshotted it because I still don't have access subscription yet. Don't call me a thief. So I just like crop out this part to where it's okay. I think this is fine. So this is what I usually do. I save the picture, and so when you're done screenshotting, it doesn't really reduces the quality of the pictures. So I'm going to be showing you okay, so this is from Facetune and this is from Airbrush. You can see they are still looking nice. Okay, and I hope this video was a bit helpful to you. Please do not forget to subscribe if you still haven't, and if you want a tutorial, I'll upload a tutorial of this look. It's in my channel. Thank you, bye, and I love you guys.